Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Um, we are now having a good time in the chat, or we're going to have a good time today, I should say. So we're going to start this off and why I called it bullying. I've received an email, multiple emails in regards to someone feeling like they're bullied. And I'm going to explain why I have that one rule when it says no bullying. It's pretty simple. I grew up in Scientology. My name's Liz. Both of my parents are Sea Org members. I grew up being treated like garbage and bullied my whole life. So I don't believe in bullying. Now, have I made mistakes in my life? Yes, I have made mistakes that could feel like someone that I was bullying someone. And now I'm trying everything I can to actually be better or be that better person. So I will say this. I know I haven't said hey to everybody yet. I will say this when it comes to bullying, before we get into a topic on it. If someone does feel like they're being bullied from anyone in the chat, you can literally just pop the emoji up, the pineapple, and it draws attention. So that way Carrie will let me know what's going on, and then I'll know what's happening in that area. Without someone putting a pineapple up, none of us are going to know. It's very simple. A lot of us have our names on there, but I promise you, literally throw a pineapple up. I also want to talk about, I've gotten some messages in regards to the other Discord. I've actually gotten to a point, everyone, that I'm not concerned at all with what happens in the other Discord, because I just personally can't. I can't tolerate it, because the instant someone starts talking about my friends or my family, I get defensive. So let me grab some of these starred real quick. Oh, chat got very fast. All right. Doctor Who Heather. No hate speech, derogatory remarks, or spamming. No debates, no fighting, no talking of other streams or promo without asking. Please be kind and respectful to the host, guests, mods, and Pokemon cards. That's right. That broke my heart a little bit when someone said they threw them away. I'm just telling you, it just broke. Trigger warning. Highly sensitive topics will be discussed and may be triggering for some individuals. It's okay to step away. Please take care of yourself. I'm a firm believer in mental health. 1000%. I have had a bout with mental health, so it got to a point where I needed to be inside of a facility. Now, because I needed to be inside of a facility, I had to get my medications. I had to be put on all of this stuff so that my brain would stop being woo, woo, woo. So I'm a firm believer in mental health and therapy. I'm also a firm believer when it comes to needing someone, sometimes reaching out to a person when you feel alone, when you feel your mental health is in jeopardy. I promise you, I'd rather listen to someone talk about what's going on in their lives than ever have to find out I have to listen to a eulogy. So, and what people don't seem to understand is when you get bullied for so long, or you're just being bullied, it gets to a point where the person being bullied, their self-worth just shoots further and further and further down. And no matter what, let's grab this and then I'll go back to what that can do. Dr. Heather, need a mod during the live, type the word pineapple or this emoji. A mod will double check the area. Everyone can double check the area. Being completely honest, you can double check whatever you want. If you see someone saying pineapple, just start saying pineapple, pineapple, so it brings attention to the area. That's what we want to do. Madeline Hendricks, well, hi fam. And hugs, Liz. Well, thank you so very much, because remember, this is friends and family. And I figured I would come on here and explain about bullying from my own perspective and what seems to be going on. And that way you can understand why I don't throw around the word bullying very loosely. Um, because, when I just don't, I don't. It is not welcome in my chat. I say it all the time. Now, does that mean I threw it around loosely? Yeah. And it wasn't until I had an amazing conversation with a friend that says, what is one of my biggest weaknesses? Someone feeling alone, someone feeling bullied. Like, I need to come to their defense. I need to fix it. I need to fix the problem. But we also have to be mindful that there's people in chats, in different communications, they're reaching out in different ways that are trying to, I don't know if people are trying to distract us with weird comments or, send weird things to us. But my goal was honestly to not go live today until the amazing thing with Miriam later. That was my goal. But then as soon as someone said that there was bullying going on, I wanted to be the one to say, whoa, 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 whoa. But I also need someone to let me know during the moment, because if you say, oh, I got bullied on this day, I can go back and rewatch the video. But if I don't understand what's happening or where you felt you were bullied, like, take a picture. Like, if someone's saying it, just take a picture with your camera real quick. And that way I have an idea of where we were in that moment and I can look, because I don't want anyone to feel bullied, but I also can't accuse someone of bullying unless I can see something. It's nothing personal. I hope that if someone said I was a bully, that you would want to see some evidence that I was an actual bully. That's kind of how the world works. Okay. Miss Sunrise Dawn, please don't forget to Furiati chop that like button. Woo! Sorry, that was the best version ever I could do. Buckle up, Buttercup. Glad to see you. No bullies on my patch. But it is a YouTube. Yes, it is YouTube. It is absolutely YouTube. The only thing that I request is if there's bullying going on, someone has to let me know, because I want people to feel safe. This is when I come online and we sit here and we talk about all of these things. I grew up unsafe. And if for the few minutes that we're live on, I want to make sure during that time people feel safe. Panko, Liz, many creators are receiving these spam messages to get us off purpose. Yeah, that's how it feels too. I was also given a heads up about it, and that's why this is not going to be a long one, because my big dedication today is going to be for Miriam, and that starts at 5:00. So we're still going to do everything that we need to, though. IMF, Leah screamed your dad's name when David was speaking today. That is amazing. Just hit, because he knows him. I've had to have a few conversations. Hey, put me in, coach. I'm ready for you. Wait a minute.
You got to send her the link. Said, where's my link?
Okay. Put me in, coach. Suddenly want to be like,
yeah, we're coming for you, Nora. Oh, ow, ow.
Do. Link it sent. Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. I agree bullying is horrible and can have long-lasting effects. Absolutely. And that's where we were going. I was bullied throughout school. So was my daughter. She is still suffering from the damage it caused to her mental health. And that I will guarantee you, because for me as a kid, the way that we were bullied by either other kids or something along those lines, it literally left us with this impression that we were shit, that we were horrible, that we were out ethics. And it was none of those things, but it devalues your self-worth. And with you being when you're being devalued, it definitely leaves a lasting mark. And it takes a little bit of therapy along the way.
Hello.
I just thought, you know what? Let's just mess with her.
Hey,
Click.
Prans. Listen,
Hoping or
Liz
something.
knows we're on a tight schedule today. I have to actually go a shower and get ready because I'm going to be coming to you live for Miriam's deal. I'm real life is happening, but Miriam is taking the top of the thing. I wanted. I'm putting on my old hat here as word clear. I pulled up the definition of bully here because this is something. I mean, I wrote about it the other day. It's being thrown around a lot, kind of haphazardly, and then also this whole new phenomenon of main character syndrome, which I got accused of. That was very interesting for me. Do I think the song's about me? No, actually, I don't.
I was like,
Yep.
hey,
Am I good at telling a story and crafting it? Sure. Do I think that I am the main character in everyone's life? No. Am I the main character in my own life? Sure. I hope so, because that would be weird if you're not. If you're not the main
I'm the
character
main character of my life,
in your
but
own
you
life,
know,
then you should figure that out because you should be. But bully by definition is as a noun is a person who habitually, like out of habit, they're making a constant, thing of doing this, seeks to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable, or as a verb, right? To bully someone, um, seek to harm, intimidate, or coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. Um, so I think it's super important to talk about that
and
because
where
it
did the
isn't.
word derive from?
Oh, sorry. I do. Do I have a derivation? Let's see. Let's get everything here. The origin is Middle Dutch, bolle, lover, and then it went into bully. So it started as love, bolle, and moved into like the opposite as most things. But middle 6th century, probably from Middle Dutch, bolle, lover, original use was a term of endearment applied to either sex. It later became a familiar form of address to a male friend. The current sense dates from the late 17th century. Like like British people sometimes will say like bully for you, like good for you, bully, right? But they mean it in a totally different way. I think they mean it in more the old English sense, right?
Mm.
So bully is it's a big word. It's a big word. I tell my kids to not be bullies and not watch out for it and do things like that. But I also think that you know, it is you know, something that maybe people don't totally understand. They don't totally get what it is or what it means or other things. They just throw these terms around in the face of truths that they do not like, right? And I was talking to my kids about this today because they tune in. They're teens. They're on the YouTubes. They're hip. They're on the Tiki Talkies. They know what's up. And there's no. I tell them don't listen to this, don't listen to that, but they're teenagers. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. So we
Mhm.
were talking about that. My kid told me I should absolutely not go on the Discord anymore because it's not for me, apparently. And I explained to them everything that happened, like full disclosure, because I don't have secrets. Because that's part of bullying and coercing, the coercion part, right? Is to have those secrets and kind of like force it around. I think, the more grown up term for bullying, in my personal opinion, is like gaslighting. Do you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
when we see this get turned into like we're trying to flip the script and make it seem like um things are happening that aren't, and I like for instance today our focus 100% is to help. Like I'm not monetizing the stream that we're doing for Miriam. I'm just putting up her PayPal link. I want all the proceeds to go to her. We're all jumping
Yes.
on at different times. It's going to be like a wild bunch of people. We're all going to be like high-fiving virtually Miriam and like making a push so that she can get this treatment that is unbelievably amazing and start on a real road to recovery
Yes.
via one portion of the therapy that she's doing. This isn't like you do this therapy and everything's better, right? Like therapy is always a mixed bag of tricks, guys. It's not it's not one thing. Okay. But
Yeah.
this makes
My cure
doing
may not be your cure.
right. But this particular treatment makes diving into and discussing the trauma much easier for trauma survivors because you are then not having to relive the physical and overwhelming tsunami of emotions that's happening while you're trying to go through the trauma and fix yourself from it because trauma work is very intense. Guys, I'm in the middle of doing that right now. Okay, full disclosure, I'm in the middle of a lot of therapy right now. Going to LA, getting to see Liz and Carrie and everybody in real life, that was amazing. It was like a great slumber party. That portion of it, super fun. I would do that like all the time. Just have like slumber party with friends and like hang out, minus the Tommy burger. But
Uh,
that's just for Liz. But like that portion of it, so much fun. Like the best. The emotional part of it, carrying around the names and talking directly to the people that I know could hear us inside Celebrity Center. I'm still working on that, guys. I'm going to be
mhm.
honest. I'm still working through the tsunami, the literal tsunami of emotions that has overcome me because of that. And I know I needed to do it. It was like a baby step in recovery um, and other things, but it's also a lot, right? But circling back to the bully thing, when you talk about your trauma in an honest way, okay, and you tell the things as they were, as they happened, and we talk about the people involved in that, okay, because there were specific people and specific times and specific places involved in all of that. And when you say those things as they happened, no sugarcoating, there's some people that we all know that were there and they had a part in it. Now, regardless of if they've gotten a new haircut now and they've changed their clothes and, they've switched up their style, that doesn't matter. Those things happened. That's real. And it needs to be acknowledged and it needs to be taken accountability for. First step is yes, I was there. I knew what happened. Let me fill in some gaps you have. And I apologize for my part in that harming you. It's as simple as that. We are not asking for people to quit their job, to stop helping other people, to somehow go away, to cease to do things. It is part of healing to do that step, to apologize for things that you have done to other people to cause them harm. And it's part of healing on the person who is traumatized to hear that apology. And then when they're ready to say, I forgive you, to release that anger and all the other emotions. But none of it can start at all without the first initial, hey, let's get the knowledge. Let's pull the curtain back. Let's see the truth. And let's all start this healing journey. It's going to fucking suck. It is
Hmm.
not easy. It is not fun. It is not pleasant. I want to, like, everybody who thinks that trauma is the stuff that we've seen in movies and television shows where everybody's sitting around drinking a cup of coffee and they're just like, "Hi, I'm Nora. I have CPTSD and depression and anxiety." And everyone's like, "Hi, Nora." And then we all like go, "Yeah, I had a rough childhood. Oh, I had a rough childhood too." And then the therapist in the middle is just like, "How does that make you feel?" And then you talk about a feeling, and then everyone's like, "Oh my God, I feel so much better that I went to group today." It's like, that's not real life, guys. Real life is like you go into it and you feel nervous and you like learn some stuff and then you're ripping your own emotions apart and then you're done with group and then you're like, what just happened? And now you got to figure that all out. And hopefully you could talk it through and do the workbook and figure it out and do all the stuff, right? But it's work to figure out the noodle. No drug, no one meditation, no one group therapy, no one therapist, no one therapy is going to fix everything. It's a combination of all of these things. But to say or try and declare that anybody is bullying or is a bully because they're saying, "Hey, this happened to me with these people involved and I'd like some accountability." That is not the definition of bully.
No.
That is beyond gaslighting at this point. Is beyond it. And yes, when we put on our investigator hats, which we were all trained in, me a little more so than other people. My mom was in the guardian's office and my dad was a personal, private investigator. So I'm a little more suspicious than most people. Okay. And I can, find out things and dive into stuff. And when you talk on public forums and you post things and you make videos and all of that kind of stuff, this is public record.
Mhm.
And for us to react to that and respond to it in kind, that is also not bullying. We are all having this continuous conversation on the internets. Now, if we were to sit down, Liz and I, as an example, and have a private conversation in her house, let's just say, as an example, and then Liz secretly recorded that conversation and then played the audio of this secret conversation that we had for some unknown reason, and then played the audio on the internets um, to make fun of me. That would be bullying.
That would
But
be
she would never do that
sad.
because we are friends. We are friends.
That's right.
But that would be an example of bullying or cyber stalking or cyber harassment. Okay. It is it's
It's more of a
unbelievable to me.
cyber disagreement.
Yeah.
You have
No. And it's
you say
just
tomato, I say tomato.
exactly. I just think it's in today's world, in the year 2024, we cannot keep pretending that anything that goes against what we think or what somebody else thinks is a form of bullying. But and as people know, I'm going to repeat it because we're about to go into Miriam's thing. The only reason that I took all the gloves off and the earrings off and went full force into the conversation the way that I did was it went sideways towards Miriam, who we're talking about today and who we're doing a fundraiser for. When everything went sideways towards Miriam, who is a childhood survivor of SA, who is a survivor of being born into the Sea Organization and the cult of Scientology, and who was featured in a television show that profited off of her tragedy. And one of the co hosts of that show and board members of a foundation that's supposed to support people like her and us when we need help came at her sideways. That's when I was like, not on my watch. Not today. Because
Not
that's
today, Satan.
not today, Satan, because that's beyond bullying. That is something else more cruel that was operations designed originally by Hubbard, perfected by the Guardian's Office and the Office of Special Affairs, and is being continued by some people who, understandably, because of their programming, they snap into that when they get defensive. And I understand that only because it took me a long time to get the courage to go to therapy, to do the things necessary to take care of myself, to confront these demons and everything else. It's hard, right? But if you don't do that, there's only one thing left in here, and that's the original written program. It's like you get a new computer and you bought it used off Craigslist. You got to wipe that shit clean. You got to get some Windex. You got to like fucking clean that shit out, right? You can't keep the old program in there. Okay? You got to get a new one. And so that is it- that's what's showing right now. It doesn't mean that they're horrible people that can't be helped, that can't change, that can't do the right thing. Absolutely not. But when you're doing the wrong thing, I'm going to point it out. I'm going to say something about it, because that's not ever okay. It's the same thing if somebody was doing that to Liz, or then they started trying to bring up Jamie Mustard as if Jamie Mustard is now the biggest devil we ever heard of. First of all, Jamie Mustard has been quiet about Scientology for 20 years. Y'all didn't even know who Jamie Mustard was until 2 weeks ago. Okay? I've known Jamie Mustard for a long time. And he wouldn't speak out. He had no reason to until he needed to. And as you can hear from his words, he is powerful. His story is powerful. He has never once, I just want to point out, he's never once used his tragedy of his life to one up somebody or make somebody feel less or, you know, do anything of that nature. He has worked tirelessly to help thousands of people through their own tragedies. And now, with this breakthrough technology that he partnered with doctors with, he's now going to help Miriam and other people. And people like Mike Brown, who's active duty military, already knew about it because they've already been doing it in the military, y'all. This isn't something Jamie made up. So all this, like, just, I hate to use the Scientology term, but black PR is just,
That's what you
it's just
did.
that. I know I did. It's just that. It's just to like distract and detract from their mess that they made. They did a big poop poop in their yard,
Poop
and
poop.
they
Just
diarrheaed all over their yard, and they haven't cleaned it up yet. So they're trying to point fingers at everybody else, and it's just this is the point where you have to be like, I took a big shit. I took a big stinky shit, and I'm sorry. And I'm gonna start cleaning up now. I got some Clorox wipes, and I'm gonna fix it. Right? I mean, like, that's it. That's all. That's all it would take. This isn't a
so
war. It's not anything else, right, Liz? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
it's not a war. And that's where, hold on, let me put this back up because I want to
Yeah.
I basically I don't wish anything negative to happen to the older generation.
No.
I think underneath it, they absolutely are the kindest people. But I
Yeah.
think right now their self-defense mechanism is maybe not what the outside world would do, but what we would
Yeah.
experience if we were in lower conditions.
Oh, 100%. I mean,
Um,
they're back in that, you know what I mean? Like I felt things like that. I mean, like in LA, the Bush thing, I went to a whole spiral, and it's easy. Sometimes in life, I go into spirals like that. Like if I'm late with something, or if I feel like I've let somebody down or something, I go into all kinds of mini spirals all the time that are like this, the programming that's still there. right? Putting myself in weird conditions, thinking weird thoughts about stuff. And that's where I have to like check in with Jen, with my wife, to be like, okay, this is how I'm feeling. And I'm learning to be better about that. I'm learning to be better about talking to her about like the, the little hamster that's
Yeah,
going crazy on the little wheel in here. But it's
that
hard,
is the hard part.
you know?
That is one of the hard parts. But it's
Yeah.
like, but I will tell you, ever since just completely opening myself up and saying like, look, this is what happened in therapy, or hey, do you want to sit in therapy with me? You know, all of those things, I'm being the person I wanted to be. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah.
And with the deprogramming that I've gone through, and I do require medication,
Hmm.
they work great together. Was I terrified to start?
I take
Absolutely.
medication.
You don't
Oh,
think I
maybe.
was
Oh my
trembling
God.
like,
We thought that's it. We're going to be. What was my first thought? Was it the same first thought that you had when you took the medication? First thought I had was like, oh, I'm an illegal PC.
my first thought was they were going to tell me that my parents fucked me up, that they were going to
Right.
lie to me and say they were rapists.
Right. Or that somehow you're going to end up being like, you're going to take one pill and you're going to be lobotomized. You're just going to be instantly lobotomized. And I'm going to be like a zombie. Right. I mean,
Yep,
it's just
no
like
brain
all these
left, just
stupid things that we are told, like, "Brr, brr, brr." Like, I mean, maybe that is what we sound like and we don't know. People just watch us
no, I
because we're
sound like,
just drooling and we have no idea. No, I just
I
think,
love that.
right? That would be amazing. No, I just think I have to go in like 1 minute, but I just think, because I have to get a shower and get ready and do things. But I, this idea, and I said it when we came back and we did our Brady Bunch live, our truest power, and this is the one that they don't understand, is the actual love that we have for each other. And they
Yeah.
do not understand that. Um, and by they, I mean anyone, ex Scientologist or not, current Scientologist, David Miscavige, whoever, anyone who doesn't understand real love for anyone does not understand what we all have for each other.
Yeah.
And the fact that even when we make mistakes, even when we're not the best, we are still going to look each other in the eye and be like, I got you. It's
Mhm.
okay. Like, let's talk it out. We're not going to smash the other person down. We're not going to make them feel like total just shit doodles. Right. Um, you know, and yeah, I do. I can't pull that comment up. Can I? No. The Irish. Can you pull up that super chat from Irish Size? Yeah. Irish Eyes. I got it. In Shelton's late live last night, he accused y'all of cyber stalking harassment right after my statement. Yeah. I found it interesting that he made not one, but two videos, two lives about cyberbullying. Um, yeah. I did watch them. I do have to watch them on 2x speed because otherwise it's a good way to go to sleep. That's for sure. That's just me personally, my personal opinion. Um, eh, he did give some good definitions of cyber stalking, cyber harassment, etc. Um, I would encourage him and other people who are inclined to decide that I'm a cyber bully or anyone else. Um, and I love that he was like, they have multiple personas and things when I fully disclosed what had happened with that. And that's fine. And listen, here's the difference between a narcissistic sociopath and an actual human being. I may have made a mistake when I didn't just go into the Discord with my actual thing. But to be honest with you, my phone won't let me back in there. I can't do it. So I tried to go in as oh no Nora. It won't let me do it. It won't send the text to my other phone. I don't know what's happening. I I'm going to see Apple on Tuesday to get my phone looked at. That's what's happening. But um regardless, I'm willing for all of my Discord conversations to be posted. Please do. Please screenshot all of the Lilu Dallas questions and all of the cranky old lesbian questions. I would love for that to be fully disclosed, because I can't get back into that server because I've been booted twice now. And I just don't feel like taking the time, guys, to be honest, to just like make another Discord profile. It just takes too long. Um, but please, somebody who's in there, screenshot all my stuff and send it to me at my email, and I will be happy to post the horrific questions and statements that I posted there because it was just questions, particularly about Chris and why he doesn't answer questions. That was number one. But also just like, what is their beef? And then as soon as I revealed it was me and changed my profile pic and the name, I got asked was I using a different name, and I started typing the answer, and they booted me out of the server because they didn't even want to hear my answer, guys. I was willing to tell him like that whole thing that I wrote. I was like in the middle of typing that, not the whole thing, but part of it. Like, hey, this is why. Like, I was going to tell him the whole thing. I don't. It's like I don't care. Anyway, but I would love for Chris to take a look at his own participation in the Discord and his delight in when people are trashing us.
Yeah.
This is going to be good, and laughing along with it and giving thumbs up and laughter emojis and 100s to people's nasty comments about us. I find that interesting. Um, oh, good. Thomas, I'm glad you're here. I covered up for the Aftermath show, and now I'm lying to you. I don't know how I covered up Aftermath show. And if you want to email me your questions, Thomas, my email is open. I don't have people blocked, but I would love to know exactly what you're talking about. I have not covered up anything from the Aftermath show in particular, but that is a weird comment. But go ahead and go off, homie. Thank you, Summer. Listen, Summer is all over it, and she's putting people on timeout and all this other stuff. I've told her to be a little less, uh, you know, diligent on that, just because I want people to ask even their wackadoodle questions. Because yeah, I don't want the chat to get too crazy. Um, but yeah, I think that if the other people in the chat aren't loving it, they're gonna let the person know. That's how chats work. But also, we need, especially for Miriam's portion, I just want to make a disclosure. That's about Miriam. It's not about me. It's not about Liz. It's not about any of the people, okay, that you're going to see talk during that hour. It's 1 hour. We're coming on just to talk about Miriam, pump her up,
Mhm.
okay, and that's it. And then her PayPal link is in the description. Please go to that. You can go to it now if you want, and pre-donate if you don't want to tune in for that hour coming up. That's okay too. But please, honestly, it is about her. This with me and Liz right now is just us, talking and getting some stuff
Yeah.
out. Someone's claiming today that a producer on the Aftermath
Hey,
had
let
to
me
know
pop
about
this up
Miriam's
real
mother's
quick.
affidavit. Oh, I see. So here's the situation on that. I didn't see any of the paperwork that came in. I'll be full disclosure. My entire job as a associate producer, okay, I had that word associate in front of there. My entire job, and by the way, they didn't even put me, if you go to IMDb, my name isn't even there. Why? Because I couldn't be on any official credits um, for the show because I was part of Jamie DeWolf's official, show that he got shut down and shelved by A&E. So they didn't even let me be on the credits of the show. But my official job back there, I tried to produce a segment that was about the gay. I got shut down by their homophobic director at the time. We got into it a little bit. I had set up an interview with Kate Bornstein, and there was scheduling conflicts. I had wanted to get Kate Bornstein on there and a couple other people, and I was lining them up. And that was the segment I was trying to produce because I am the gay, right? But in addition to that, I was also like the Scientology translator for all the other associate producers and the editors. So when they needed a reference to pop up on the screen, I would go through all the green and red vols to find the reference. Okay. So as far as other paperwork coming in and other graphics that got put up, that was not my department. That was an entire other editing department, which I didn't even get to see the editing portion. I didn't even get to see the raw footage before it got edited. That was all Leah and Mike. They decided what stayed and what went, not me, on any of the stories from season 2. So that's a behind the scenes look, Hollywood style, guys, of the Aftermath show. All right. But yes, Heather, the former executives have aligned themselves with the most abusive members of the ex Scientology community. I agree. I don't
Yeah.
disagree. That's a fair statement.
Yeah.
What episode or scene of the Netflix show shows my picture? Oh, well, question two, but that's a totally different show. That's HBO Max, and that's my friend from high school, The Truth About Jim. I think it's episode 1 or 2. I'm pretty sure it's episode 1 when Jamie, his youngest daughter, is introducing herself. She talks about being the black sheep, and then there's like a film of Jamie and Melissa on the uh, deck of their house. Oh no, that's not thumbs down. And and I'm on the deck too. We all got secretly recorded several times by her dad. And I'm on like the side of the table. I have very long brown hair and glasses. So you'll see me and you hear me laugh. It's very short. I had to sign a waiver to be in the thing and stuff, whatever. But I of course told my friend I support you 1,000,000%. But yeah. Um, so thank you for being a voice and not an echo. Thank you, infamous truth teller, for your super chat. I appreciate it. Also, that's another thing. No super chats today during the live for Miriam. Please
Yes.
no super chats because I don't have a way to get that to Miriam. Just donate in the PayPal. Okay.
Yeah. Just absolutely
Um,
donate in the PayPal.
Yeah.
Anything that would come, like if someone super chats or does any of that, the super chats go directly to us.
Yeah.
And unless we go back and follow it precisely, I wouldn't know how much,
Plus, Google takes 30% of that.
Yeah, we don't want
The
them having
YouTube
it.
takes
Yeah.
30% of that. So, just so you know. So, I mean, I'm willing to if there are super chats that come through today, I will PayPal that to Miriam. That's not a problem. But I just want to
Yeah.
remind everybody, Miriam's PayPal link is in all of our links to the 1 hour Daily Bob for her. And so just send it directly to her PayPal. That's the easiest thing to do. But if you are just like, I don't have a PayPal, I don't want to do that, and you do a super chat, I will send that money directly to her. I will add up all the super chats from the end, and I will just send that money to her. I'll PayPal it. No worries. Okay. That's not a problem. All right. But please
now you're gonna
tune
make me
into
do
all
that?
put all the channels up, or put whoever's channel. I don't care. I'm not gonna. You don't have to play favorites. Put whoever's up that you want to put up. Okay. There's gonna be 12 of us broadcasting this at once, and then we're gonna have other people that are gonna load it up for replay crew after. So we're starting in 90 minutes. I gotta go. I gotta shower. I love you guys.
Yep.
But what else do you
Holy
want to say,
crackers.
Liz? Because I've talked a lot.
Well, that's, I've been around you. That's kind of, this is
I'm
how
sorry.
you normally are. This is how I normally
talk
am.
a lot. I know. When Liz and I are together,
But
we're
it-
just yeah.
Yeah, we're. But
Liz and I are
that's
gonna get together more. I'm figuring out my schedule, guys, as I'm doing the massive
that's what I have
therapy
to
and
tell
stuff.
you. So
Yes.
I threw up some merch called the Dyketastic Duo. Okay.
Ooh,
And so
I love.
no matter what, I want to tell you, because I meant to call you earlier or text you. But what we're gonna do is, if any of the Dyketastic Duo stuff sells, you and I split it right down the middle.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Well, you're the Dyketastic Duo.
I
Like,
know.
that's
I
what
love
makes
you.
us a
See,
duo.
and this is what people don't get. This is what people don't get right here. We have real love for each other, guys. This is it. Our many LGBT.
Jehovah's
How
Witness.
many?
How many
Oh,
algebra
that's a good
numbers in
question. I don't
Scientology
know.
today? 3?
I mean, let's put it this way: we got booted for being the gay, but Dave Pettit's son, Matt, still throws the biggest gay orgies in Los Angeles and is somehow doing his OT levels. So make that make sense, guys.
Yeah, because the big thing is you can't be the gay. It's
No.
considered covert hostility. Like,
Unless your last name's Pettit.
yeah, then obviously the covertness is not hostile.
No. Because of course he's definitely not gay with those tiny pink shorts.
Nice.
We
I
have to
love
find
how
the
you had to
pictures of
mention
him
that, and I
running the LA
instantly got a
Marathon.
visual from him running.
We have
Thank
those
you.
pictures somewhere.
Mandy,
They're
I love
somewhere.
your
We could Google them.
Oh,
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
All right,
pop
my
someone
wife
up
is
real
screaming
quick.
at me. I gotta go.
Okay, let me switch
I
you
love you
places.
guys.
You
We'll
gotta
see you guys in
go.
a bit. Liz is gonna take it away here. I will see you guys on the flippity dippity. I love
Okay,
you, Liz.
thank
Love
you
you,
so
Carrie.
much. Love you. See you in a bit.
Love you, bye.
Okay. Where's the shirt? Busy thinking about girls. All right. Now I do love that shirt. Sorry, I had to see it bigger. All right, everyone. Let's see if I can answer some of these questions. Question: did both of you know Miriam as Scientologists? I did not. But like some people, we did know each other, and some of us, are bonded because of what we know each other has experienced, and we're family because we survived it. So I'll be there for any second, Jen. Kuala Lu, I love the way you both express your views in clear, honest ways with humor. Yeah, because that's pretty much our self-defense mechanism. Can't hurt me if I'm just being funny. Okay. Gotham was the best cat. Such a difference in behavior when you compare Jeff Hawkins, Tory is. Yeah, still managed to be kind. And the hard part is a lot of people don't seem to remember to be kind. And if you literally sit with Serge, with Lara, with Liz, Gail, if you sit with Nora, if you actually sit with us, we're kind. We think about each other. It's just what we do because we didn't have it. So we do it, and we do it in an abundancy. Okay, Liz and Nora, please have Liz Gail on your show together. She is so fun and interesting. That would be actually really cool because together, the three of us, yeah. But if we have Liz, Gail, then we got to have Alicia. We just got to have a whole thing about the trip we just
Another
had.
slumber party.
Another slumber party, but a YouTube one. Okay. Oh, Scott comments. Someone was claiming today that the producer of the anthem. Oh, she caught that one. Knew about Marion's affidavit. Wait a minute. Producer?
Yeah, no, she read that one already.
Oh, okay. The dynamic duo. Yes, it was.
My throat hurts.
Jehovah's Witness question. Nora and Liz. Oh, we got that one. Question: could a Scientologist hide being gay?
You did.
You'd be surprised what you can do with fear. Like, let's be honest. I was a good Scientologist. I was just not a practicing. I would do it, and when I did do the dirty stuff, I wasn't a practicing Scientologist. And then as soon as the girl and I broke up, I was back to being a practicing Scientologist. Because as far as I knew, you just couldn't be a practicing Scientologist and be gay. So yeah.
Bless you.
No, that was a big one. Yeah. Okay. Dino ate my. You see the name?
Oh yeah.
It's not gay if it's just the Thetan. Anita, how are you? Having a gay Thetan is funny concept. I doubt LRH would have thought about it. Nah, I don't think so either. Liz, you're such a bright light, Jehovah's Witness. Yes, I try to be. Ann Casillas, oh, you two slumber party? That would be fun. That would be, honestly. Like, we're all hysterical together. Miss Sunrise Dawn, is Liz Gale going to be on the stream tonight? Yes, absolutely. If you look at the streams itself, it shows everyone's picture all around it. Okay. Mischief, I love the way that you care about each other. About time someone cared, right? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Jehovah's Witness. Liz, when are you coming to LA again so we can protest together? Honestly, we don't have any definitive time right now because, like most of you know, my mother will be, taking a room, and because she is taking a room, we have to get that settled first. Chow Young Smut. Shoot, I have a slumber party over on my channel every night. Well, mostly every night. Oh, is it like a sleep in with Chow Young Smut? Infamous truth teller question. When and where is this event going to be for Miriam for the fundraiser for her? I'm not sure. I just chimed in. So what it is every single channel is going to be streaming it. So you can come to my channel, you can go to Laura's, you can go to Surge, you can go, we're all streaming it. So that way we can all be in this together. Like, that is the whole point, is that everywhere that you normally go is going to be available and open. Jan Swartz, did someone out you as being gay while you were being a practicing Scientologist? No, one Scientologist knew, and told me that it was okay, and she kept my secret for me, and who knows now. Lisa Marie, hi, beautiful protester in Chicago who shouted Bob Ferris today. Yeah, I want to see that so bad. Julie Markham, a YouTube slumber party? That would be awesome. Well, we'll definitely talk to everybody. All right. Trying to grab all these. TK4 Live. Liz, your heart is as big as COS would like to be. Oh, that's hilarious. That means my heart's really, really big, right, babe? Or did I read that wrong?
No, your heart's bigger because they want to take over the world.
Oh, but I don't want to take over the world. Did I misunderstand that?
No.
Mimi 2TG. All of Miriam's info will be posted. No creators are monetized, just Miriam Cash App info. That's right. All right. Jehovah's Witness. Question. Poe is hoping to go to LA. I would love to meet both of you. I know he's planning on it, but right this second, I can't afford to, to go back with, if I have to miss any time. So that's not an option right now, guys. All right. So I do want to say thank you so very much for coming. We appreciate it. Please don't forget to tune in 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Thank you for keeping it real and sharing the love. Always. That's what we do. But it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern. So thank you so very much. Have a great rest of your night. I can't wait to see you guys there. So from me to you, see you soon.